Hi guys. Hey. Hi. I gotta talk to this guy here, and then I'll call you guys back in a little while.
I'm so glad I noticed that was children. I was about to go, we're not at a baseball game, we're at a strip club.
For those that don't know, your journey to this place now of being the hardest working man in all pop culture business.
I don't know if that's me.
Did it start with stand-up? Did it start with sketch? Start with improv? And what did you switch it on to? Like, how did it?
Stand-up was always the thing for me. That's what I was obsessed with my whole life. And then, so I did stand-up in college a bit, and then I started working at MTV, and I started hosting shows, and so I just got a little lazy in that period in the 90s where I wasn't really working at stand-up. And then when I finished MTV, then I started doing stand-up full-time in like 98. And I had a lot of ups and downs, but everything really changed when I actually started pursuing things that I actually cared about.
Awesome.
Because when you start in the business, you want to survive, so you just take any job, you go after a job. But then after a while, you realize, God, I'm not getting jobs, and I'm feeling bad about not getting jobs I don't even want.
Right.
And so I just decided I was only going to focus on things that made me happy. So I started Nerdist. I started doing podcasts. I started only working on shows that involved things that I knew about, cared about, and it's worked out really well. I recommend it for anyone.
That's an applicable strategy across all fields.
Well, when you do pursue something you're passionate about, something happens magically or scientifically in the universe that it just, because you put more of yourself into it, and it opens doors, and your general attitude is better because you're happier, because you're doing what you love, and so people want to be around you, and people want to, they enjoy working around people who are passionate about what they're doing because it makes them passionate about what they're doing. So it's always a good plan if you, I mean, I know it's not always an option for people, but if you do have the option, you should pursue things that you're passionate about.
Which one demands the most focus? At midnight, talking with Chris.
The Wall.
The Wall.
Yeah, because there's a real story arc in the game where it's like we're bringing these people on, we're giving them a shot, they're good people, they deserve to have this money for some reason or other, they sacrifice something in their own lives, or they're just generally good people. So you get really invested, and it's emotionally, by the end of each episode, it's emotionally exhausting because every time they're up, you get excited, and every time they lose money, you get pissed, and you just feel it with them. And so that's the but at midnight it's just all joke.
And it's a great show. They're both great shows.
Thank you.
What about Nerdist are you most pumped? Other than being in charge of it.
You know, it's this real little community is built around it, and it spawned this school where people learn sketch and improv, and it's a nice group of people who aren't just like consumers, but they're also creators, and I feel like it's encouraged people to go out and make whatever thing they're passionate about.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh, you're a blacksmith just like your father before you, and you're going to be a blacksmith till you die. You know, like it's not like we live in a village where there's 3 options.
No.
But I feel like we definitely have more choices, more options, and more ways to take content, as you know, directly to people instead of having a middleman.
You're the host of At Midnight.
This is true.
Start, bench, cut, these things you should never do after midnight. Text an ex, get a tattoo, feed a mogwai.
I'm going to say, I mean, that's a pretty easy one. I say out of those choices, get a tattoo is the thing you should absolutely start.
Okay. And then?
I'm going to bench the mogwai, to be honest. I'm going to cut the texting the ex, because it just never, it's not good ever. There's an ex, they're exes for a reason.
Yes. You're hosting everything now. You're an all-time host. You're going to go in the pantheon of hosting.
Well, I don't know about that, but that'd be neat.
It's going to happen. It's unstoppable now. You're an unstoppable force. Start, bench, cut these other all-time hosts. Letterman, Stern, Oprah.
Man.
Yeah.
They're all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on. I can't. How do you not start Letterman? I would be inclined to take comedy over Oprah, but I don't see how I could cut Oprah.
You don't have to cut her. You can just bench her.
Yeah, but then that means I'd have to cut Stern.
True.
And Stern is really sort of like the forefather of modern podcasts.
Essentially, yeah.
You know, Dave, though, I don't think he would be bothered if I cut him, but but he really.
I think they'll all be okay, just so you know.
No, Oprah's going to be very upset.
Yeah. So I would go that way. Who do you want to hear upset the least in your selection?
Can I just point all of them and go, you're going to start, and you're going to start, and you're going to start? I feel like that would be the...
That'd be great, but that's not how we play. So this is going to be the entire show as just this one bit. The entire thing we do. It's just you.
I'm going to start Letterman. I'm going to bench over. I'm going to cut Howard.
There it is. Stern, you've been cut.
You know why I cut him? Never been
me.
on his show.
Have you been on Oprah's?
No, but there's less of a... I was never on Letterman either. There's less of... So all of them. No, I'm kidding. We have a situation. A puma has just run onto the field, slowly devouring the players one by one. No one trying to stop this puma, and he's just stolen second base. The dugout coach is not liking that at all. He's kicking dirt all over the puma.